Imagine the universe is but a game, a child's game. And if you've watched the previous video, you might have more awareness of how that game came to be. But it's easy for people to understand we're all children of God. So this is the framework for which I use to understand the dynamic we're in. So if we are children playing a game, and this game stretches across time and space, which is not linear, by the way. Again, refer to previous video for explanation of how that came to be, but the game we are most certainly playing when you talk about the forces of the light and the dark is a game of hide and seek. And that is the dark getting in all the crevices where the light hasn't shined, and the light seeping into all the crevices where the dark is, and this dance and this intermingling of sorts. And when it comes to the child's play, it's always like this game of hiding from the dark, right? And the fear that comes with that, which is the same energy as excitement, is something that has kept the game going for eons until now. If you can imagine having played that game in every which way and in every which timeline, and the network, or you can say the family of God's children, which are all connected and in communication on one level or another, that we have exhausted this game, quite frankly. Like, it's time for a new game. And this new game is not meant to be understood. The rules are most definitely not meant to be understood by any of us. And for them, it wouldn't be a game. It would be boring to know what's to come next. And when we talk about souls, okay, because right now I'm talking to you in a human form, you're receiving this likely in a human form, but our souls have existed on other planets and other lifetimes as other species, carrying a memory with them as they traveled. And you can imagine the old souls are carrying certain frequencies as well from the dawning of time. Certain frequencies that are very important to the creation. So you can think, for example, the mother frequency. It's not something that can only be felt by a woman. It is the instinct of caring for the creation, for quote unquote the game, and remembering the codes and offering each child its sovereignty to choose which game they want to play. So all of the old souls now have been traveling for such long time that we are each carrying unique frequencies of remembrance. What we have learned whilst playing this game for eons, through our suffering, through our trials and tribulations, through walking through our fears, through the joy, elation, peace, all of it, love, all that we have learned. And the time is now that we hand over, we pass the torch to the next generation of souls. And I'm not talking about birthing a human child in today's time and space. That could be, right? You could birth a new soul who has just come from creation energy and been born onto this planet. Or you could birth an old soul who's actually been traveling quite far longer, further distances than you have. So when I say pass the torch, I mean to the new souls who are ready to embark on their game with all of our lessons that are already in the field, available to them if they cross the borders of time, space, realities, or if they open themselves to an old soul and choose to receive our wisdom directly. But many of them won't. As you can imagine, in the same way that we learned all of our lessons through playing our game, they will likely want to learn their own lessons playing their own game. And so This is to say that the new earth birthing through us all is not going to feel the same for everyone. It's not going to be experienced the same. The timelines may go different directions. Some may go into the artificial realms more, and some might ground more onto the human plane. And both are valid, both are perfection. It is because we, and I say we, those who resonate with this message, you know who you are. We have endured the long trials to get to this point of simply being, of simply enjoying, of simply creating, and holding our long lost loved ones, reconnecting with our soul family and tribe. Like, we have come for this. And in that same token, we can hold an open heart for those who have come for something else, knowing that they are the next ones to go on the long adventure through the darkest nights, through all the tunnels, and who knows where they'll explore in the ethers of the artificiality and the virtual spaces that we so fear. But it is by doing that that they give us our liberation, our freedom to be the child again, to simply release the role that we've been holding, the pressure of our mission, all of that soon coming to completion, so that this next wave of beings can cross new thresholds and we get to feel at home with our soul family here on earth and across all dimensions in time and space, of course, because it's all connected. This is the new earth where everyone is welcome. Enjoy the ride.